Welcome to This Explainer. Look, if you're feeling completely overwhelmed by the endless noise of the AI landscape right now, trust me, you are not alone. Today, we're cutting through all that hype to build your ultimate practical toolkit. We're going to look at 4 distinct categories that cover the entire creative process, giving you exactly what you need to start building immediately.
Because there are just so many apps and so little time, right? But honestly, knowing exactly which tool to reach for, that's half the battle. You really don't need 100 tools. You just need the right tool for the specific job right in front of you.
So, we're breaking this down into the 4 core pillars of AI. Think of this as your brand new tool blocks with 4 very distinct drawers: writing to communicate, research to get your facts straight, visuals to show instead of tell, and video and audio to bring the whole thing to life.
All right, drawer 1, writing with AI. Let's pull this open. The real secret here isn't magic. It's literally just how you talk to the machine. The quality of an AI-generated memo or proposal depends almost entirely on your instructions, not just the app you happen to be using. Which brings us to the golden rule of prompting. 1. Role. 2. Audience. 3. Tone. And 4. Length. It's actually that simple. If you tell the AI exactly who it is, who it's talking to, the vibe, and the word count, your drafts will instantly improve. Giving the AI a role, like project manager, and naming the specific audience changes absolutely everything.
The contrast here is night and day. On one hand, you have a weak, generic request just asking for a formal tone. On the other, a hyper-specific set of instructions saying, keep it under 150 words for a CEO. An AI writes very differently for a chief executive than it does for a new employee. Always name your audience and set a hard boundary on length.
But hey, what if you're not just writing a quick email? For massive documents or entire code bases, you need serious horsepower. Enter Kimi AI. This thing has an astounding 262,000 token context window. To put that into perspective, it can process hundreds of thousands of words in a single go. That is basically several novels at once, all while running up to 300 sub-agents to do the heavy lifting for you. It's built exactly for those massive, deep-dive analytical tasks.
Okay, moving right along to drawer 2, researching with AI. This is where matching the AI's mode to the actual stakes of your task becomes absolutely critical. Getting this wrong can lead to a lot of wasted time or even worse, totally inaccurate information.
It's all about shifting gears based on your needs. Normal chat is super fast and great for everyday tasks. Thinking mode is slower but handles complex logic. And deep research is the slowest, but it pulls live web citations. The crucial point here is to not just take the first answer you get, but to intentionally choose the right gear for the job. You need deep research to avoid those notorious AI hallucinations when pulling market analysis.
Think of it like a student in a classroom. Normal mode, it just blurts out an answer. But thinking mode actually pauses to show the math, making it far more reliable for high-stakes decisions. If you're asking it to do multi-step financial calculations, you absolutely want it to show its work.
All right, transitioning from text to site, let's crack open drawer 3, creating visuals with AI. It acts essentially as your personal graphic designer, and you genuinely don't need years of design experience to get incredible results anymore.
But just like writing, you need to nail the anatomy of a strong image prompt. We're talking extreme specificity about the style, mood, composition, and format. A prompt like "a business meeting" is weak, and you might end up with people who have 6 fingers. You really need to specify things like photorealistic, natural daylight, wide shots 16 by 9 to get what you actually want.
And it goes way beyond just single images. You can literally generate a first draft slide deck in minutes now. The trick is choosing your approach based on whether you need strict brand polish or just a quick conceptual outline. You can opt for full control, an instant prompt, use workspace tools, or even upload existing research documents and have the AI instantly convert them into a structured presentation.
Now for the grand finale. Let's open drawer 4, creating video and audio. This space is moving incredibly fast. We've officially crossed the line from clunky research demos to actual production-ready APIs over the last 12 months alone.
So let's look at the AI Video API showdown. For the current heavyweights, you have to play to their specific strengths. Use Sora 2 Pro for mind-blowing physical world photorealism, Veo 3.1 for those long-form cinematic 4K shots, and Kling 2.6 Pro, which is dominating with lip-synced social media volume. You never want to force one tool to do a job it just wasn't built for.
Okay,
Now this one is actually kind of wild. Seedance 2.5 lets you upload dozens of references, up to 30 images, 10 video clips, and 10 audio clips, all in a single pass. This allows you to maintain absolute control over complex, multi-subject scenes. It's bringing a completely new level of precision to creative generation.
Meanwhile, Kling Video 3.0 is introducing Director Mode. This essentially acts like an AI director, letting you dictate a 15-second flow of multi-shot compositions, complete with native synchronized audio and incredibly precise on-screen lettering. It even uses element lock so your character's visual identity stays totally consistent across different camera angles. It's basically giving you the power of a Hollywood director right from your laptop.
On the audio side of things, tools like ElevenLabs offer voice cloning that ranges from instant cloning, which creates near-instant conversational replicas using just 1 to 3 minutes of audio, to professional cloning. Professional cloning gives you highly fine-tuned models for long-form production, but requires 30+ minutes of audio data. But as you can probably guess, cloning voices opens up a massive can of worms.
Which brings us to the final compartment of our toolkit, navigating ethics and rights. With all this incredible power comes a very real boundary, and this is a crucial aspect of your workflow that you simply cannot afford to ignore.
Let's be extremely clear. As the platforms themselves point out, it is imperative that you have explicit consent to create a clone of the voice you're working with. Using someone else's voice or likeness without permission is a serious ethical and legal violation.
Legal scholars in recent comparative analyses are actively debating how these generative models intersect with human authorship and personality rights. The core issue is that these AI systems are inherently trained on vast datasets of copyrighted works and personal data.
And right now, the courts are completely split. On one side, you have arguments for transformative use, like in the Bartz versus Anthropic case, saying training AI on books is a highly transformative act. On the flip side, cases like Thomson Reuters versus Ross Intelligence definitively strike down fair use if the AI usurps the market of the original creator. It's a rapidly evolving legal landscape with very strong arguments on both sides regarding market substitution versus innovation.
To impartially navigate all of this, scholars have proposed what's known as the 3C framework. That stands for consent, compensation, and control. It's a structured way to balance the need for explicit consent, equitable compensation for creators, and personal control over identity, safeguarding creative labor while still enabling these incredible new technologies.
So, your toolkit is completely organized. Writing, research, visuals, video, it's all there. Now that you have the power of an entire creative studio right at your fingertips, the only question left is, which tool will you try on a real project this week? Will you use them to just do your old job faster, or will you build something you previously thought was impossible? Keep exploring.